Good afternoon, I'm Debbie, and today we're keeping it simple with Testa's Pantry. Peter asked for Alfredo sauce, so we are going to make an Alfredo sauce. We're doing it with olive oil though, not butter, so I'm using our Nocellara. I've put in this pan here 2 tablespoons of Nocellara and 2 cloves of minced garlic. We're just letting them get a little bit translucent, and then we're going to make a roux, because a roux is the basis for an Alfredo sauce. You want to be able to thicken it up. So this, I don't want the garlic to get brown, I just want it to get a little translucent, and that's what we're working on. Now I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons of flour, and that's going to make the roux. We work very quickly and get it all mixed up so that it's nice and starts to get a little thick. So we're raising the heat up on that, and we're going to let that bubble a little bit and thicken up. Now while that's working, I'm going to add a little bit of salt and pepper. We don't want to add a lot, but just a little bit. So there we have some salt and some fresh ground pepper. Now the roux is starting to bubble away, and you want it to bubble. You want it to get a little bit on the brown side and get a little on the thick side too. Now instead of using heavy cream, which you can use many different fats to make an Alfredo sauce, but you have to think of the one that's going to work best for you and for what you have in the house and your diet. Now you can use heavy cream, but I've chosen to use creme fraiche. So we're letting the roux get a little bit thicker. We're going to let it get just a touch brown. Now Alfredo sauce is wonderful to put over vegetables. It is great for over any kind of pasta. Peter happens to want it over tortellini. He loves tortellini, and that's great. Now, the Nocellara I've used is wonderful with any garlic or pasta dishes. This is a single grove grown, first cold pressed, extra virgin olive oil from Sicily. It's very buttery, but it finishes with a nice punch. So that's what you want from a really good extra virgin olive oil. You want it to be pungent at the very end. All right, so the roux is starting to brown along with the garlic, and now I am going to put in the creme fraiche. So I'm pouring that in, and then I have to whisk, 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 and for it to thicken. Now, if we need more, because it looks like this might be a little skimpy, which it might be, we can always add a little bit of sour cream, half and half mixture that I made up just to have, just in case. Now I've got my silicone whisk. I'm going to whisk it, and after it's thick and the right consistency for a sauce, I'm going to add the cheese. I have locatelli cheese, and I'm going to add that. And we can even add some mascarpone to give it a little bit more creaminess. See, look at that. That's a nice consistency. It's beautiful, right? Okay. It's thickened up nicely. And let's see, I think I'm going to try adding a little bit of mascarpone, because that adds more creaminess. And I'm lowering the heat, and I'm going to add, here's my locatelli. I'm going to add about 1/4 cup of locatelli and get that all mixed in. And there you have it, a very simple Alfredo sauce, and it's great to have. It's great to have with a lot of different dishes. It would taste really well, really good over grilled cauliflower. It tastes good over, like I said, the tortellini or any kind of pasta. So here is your turning off the heat. And there's the Alfredo sauce. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you again.